Hmm? Hmm? Where? Ya generemos para la here. Ya walk. That's not what's up. So let's go there then. Okay, 10. Come. So just a few months back, or a month or two, we were here. This particular location where we are was at foundation level, and we came here to show you the works that were ongoing. This is where the engineers that will be carrying out the construction of that project will be residing, and the residence is currently under construction, and from what it looks like, it is at its completing stages, and we thought to come and show you the massive work that is ongoing at this particular location. Now there've been concerns out there about the construction of these two overpass bridges along the Tubman Boulevard in Congo Town area. There are a lot of people who do not believe that that particular project. We thought to come over here and show you the works that is actually ongoing. So basically this place was at foundation level when we were here just the other day, but look what is actually ongoing currently. There is a full-size a mini parking lot right here in the compound, and there are also 4 of these units that you are looking at. Can you this way? So this unit you're looking at, there are 4 of them that have been constructed here at the SKD Sports Complex, where the engineers that are carrying out the construction will be residing. So we just thought to refresh your minds about the construction of the 2 overpass bridges here in Monrovia, precisely along the SKD Boulevard, Congo Town area, Tubman Boulevard area. Just so you know that the project is actually in full swing, and efforts are being made to kickstart the construction of the project. And now we said we have some fresh information about the construction of the overpass bridge, so we thought to just bring you up to speed. But basically we wanted to start the broadcast from here where the engineers will be residing. The engineers will actually have two residents, two places where they will be residing. One of them is here at the SKD Sports Complex, where the construction engineers themselves will be residing. But also there's another location along the Congo Town area, right where they have the telecom area. If you know where telecom is, somewhere in Congo Town, there is another location just like this one, where similar homes are being constructed to hold supervisors, some of the chief engineers who will be coming to Liberia for the construction of that project. Now, basically, this unit you're looking at, there are 4 of them lined up already here at the SKD Sports Complex. And within each of these units, we have up to 21 rooms, a full-size conference room, bathrooms, all in here for that will be hosting the engineers. 21 rooms each in each of these units that you're looking at. Some of them are longer, like this one is the office complex. This one right behind us is the office complex, and it has in it up to 21 rooms, a full-size conference room, and bathrooms and other departments attached. And also there are other places also attached. Maybe we can just walk there and show you. There are additional ones also being built with similar facilities. They also do have several rooms in them to host the engineers that will be residing here. So let's just show you right in between what they look like, and then what the construction process look like, or the speed of the work looks like. But as you can see from behind us, there are engineers working on a daily basis, making sure that these structures are completed to host the engineers, so that the construction of the overpass bridge can kickstart quickly. Now, another information that we also wanted to bring you, actual works will start, or when the first shovel will hit the grounds at the construction site. Just today, the Minister of Information, Minister Jerry Lemekpia, made a pass-through information about when actual groundbreaking will take place. We expect to see a huge event there, but he said by September of this year, the actual groundbreaking will start, and the work will start immediately once grounds gets broken for the project in September. So we just thought to come here and refresh your mind to let you know that works are ongoing. The project is in full swing. The residents for the engineers, it's at the level of completion. I mean, they're basically laying ties, they are putting office equipment within the various rooms that are here. This residence complex. So we are at the residence complex of the engineers that will be constructing the overpass bridge along the Congo Town area here at the SKD Sports Complex. My colleague Aisen Yiba will join you and bring some additional details, but this is going to be a drive-through broadcast because we just thought to start from here and show our followers what's going on here on the grounds of the residence complex. And then once we start driving through, we want to drive along the Tubman Boulevard along the Congo Town area and show you some of the works. I mean, there are already ongoing works in terms of removing structures that are in the right-of-way of the construction of that project. We're talking about the relocation of high-tension electrical cables. We're talking about the removal of giant-sized billboards. We're talking about removing stores and buildings that were in the right-of-way of the structure. All of that is happening along the Congo Town route. So basically, once we're done here, we'll drive through the Tubman Boulevard and show you what is going on as it relates to the construction of this project. Aizon, you can join the broadcast quickly with any additional information while we walk around and show our followers what the construction works that's ongoing here at this residence complex.
Thank you very much, Anthony. And the project is a Chinese-funded project, and it's coming from the China through an economic and technical cooperation agreement, initially signed September 1, 2018, with letters exchanged September 9, 2019. It was agreed to form the construction of 2 overpass bridges along the Tubman Boulevard, and the goal is to ease chronic congestion in key Moravia intersection, including around the SKD Sports Stadium and the Ministerial Complex.
Okay.
So the structural components will take the west overpass that is coming from the back row of the Congo Town area to the Tubman Boulevard near SKD. So this is why you are seeing this place as a key point.
Sure.
As the work starts in September of this year. Now, there is a main lane construction that is approximately around 1,140 meters, and the auxiliary roads constitute 480 meters. So from the east overpass back road near the ministerial complex, the main lane will consist of 870 meters, while the overpass length will consist of 162 meters. So the combined corridor length is approximately 4,293 meters when including auxiliary roads and ramps. But yes, I guess there is a
Sure.
a vivid look or a pictorial diagram of what exactly
what it's going to look like. So I just want Aaron to come a little closer with the camera. You got to come a little closer so those who are watching can follow. So before we go through this huge map that you're looking at, Aaron, basically there are also blueprints and designs of what the project will look like upon completion. So I just want you to come closer with the camera. Just come very close to the camera, with the camera, and then come very close. If you can see right here, these are designs of what these overpasses will look like. So if we can just zoom in a little bit right here on this one. Just zoom in a little bit right here on this one. Very good. Awesome. For those of you who are watching, just focus on this side. Yeah, very good. If you know this building, this is obviously the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex.
Obviously.
Yes. If you look closely, you'll notice that the road has lifted from this point. Right before the Ellen Johnson Ministerial Complex, it still lifts and goes beyond the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and it's going to go as far as the zone. It says zone 3 or 5, somewhere in Congo Town there, the police station somewhere right in Congo Town there, right after you pass the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So if you come a little closer, just focus on the bridge itself. This is the building, the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex itself. So that means the overpass bridge will just drive right before the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex and go further and land somewhere along the police station there, right in Congo Town. So basically, beneath the bridge, like my colleague was speaking about, additional ramps that will be prepared and developed. The surface road will also be touched on. It will be worked on to also help to decongest traffic. There will be additional efforts made here at this junction to also help to decongest traffic. So if you just look closely here also, this is what what the bridge is going to look like beneath it. I mean, these are giant size pillows that will be mounted, on the floor beneath the bridge, and and all of these designs are basically what the project will look like upon completion. So also there's also going to be some additional ramps that will be added along the SKD Sports Complex area also. If you can come closer right here at the camera, Aaron, and then if you're looking where these, just focus basically where these red spots are. If you're looking closely, yes, these red spots are also additional efforts that will be made at the SKD Sports Complex area. There probably might be overpasses also to help decongest traffic along the SKD Sports Complex area. If you just come out a little bit area, this is the entire SKD Sports Complex from above. If you look at it, so basically, if you see this green portion right here, there is a line designed right here. If you look closely, so this line will obviously be where efforts will be made, to decongest this particular area, the SKD Sports Complex. Now, you can just zoom out a little bit and focus here on the full map, so I can show those who are watching the particular, the demarcations that have been indicated. Previously, I was showing you the one here. Focus here on this one at SKD Sports Complex. So this is where some work will also be done. They will start from here. But if this right here on the top, if you can go back a little bit so it looks clearer, this right here is the Tubman Boulevard, and it goes as far as the Congo Town area. Now, if you look at this red portion right here, this first portion right here, determines the length of what one of the breaches will look like, or the length that one of the first breaches will cover. There are two. So it says,
okay, so not cutting you off, but
Sure.
basically,
yeah,
if you look here,
sure,
this is the Rouse Fee Highway route,
yeah, from the SKD Sports
and
Complex
this is the runabout.
at the SKD, the
EAW
EAW junction. If
junction.
you can zoom in a little
Yes.
bit, Aaron, so folks
This
can
is
understand.
the runabout. So if you leave from the runabout, you
Just zoom in a little
drive,
bit, please.
and you would drive and come somewhere around the Swakamo community.
Sure.
This is situated right along the Swakamo end, and from the Swakamo area, where you see the red line, you would drive from here and come to the 72nd Boulevard
or you can call it the
junction,
SKD Boulevard.
or the SKD Boulevard junction.
Yeah.
So from the SKD Boulevard junction, you would drive and come all the way around the Ministry
of Health area. Along the Ministry of Health area, along the Congo Town Barrow area, it's going to land.
Yeah.
So that's where the bridge is going to land. But right here at the 72nd Boulevard junction, the reason you see this additional red spot, this particular room will also be created because folks coming from town will have to land from the bridge and get on the actual road to continue along the 72nd Boulevard portion. So that's why it's obvious. I mean, obviously trying to show you that the bridge will descend at some point somewhere here. If you're coming from along the SD Cooper route, you know.
You can connect from the SD Cooper route.
Sure, definitely.
To get on the bridge.
And climb on the bridge.
And from the 72nd.
Yeah, sure. So you also climb on the bridge from here. And then you
up to
the Ministry of Health portion.
Yeah, this should be the Ministry of Health.
Now, if you drive further and go to Congo Town, you drive further and go to Congo Town, before arriving at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, a few blocks away, another bridge will start and it will drive through, pass right at the front of the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and it goes beyond to somewhere around the police station there in Congo Town, and then that's where it's going to land. So this isn't like an additional portion of the road we're adding on a side or somewhere. These bridges will also fly over the Tubman Boulevard. They will be built, the main route, the pillars will be built on both left and right sides of the main route, and they will land somewhere.
Talking about flying over the Tubman Boulevard main route,
so
I want you to zoom in
on this map.
On this portion,
this particular image,
this is a vivid look of how it's going to be like. So if you see this, going to be the Tubman Boulevard main route, and this is the Overpass bridge
itself,
passing over the Tubman Boulevard.
Sure.
Here you have the
Ellen Johnson Ministerial Complex.
And for a clearer look again, if you want to come from this angle, you see it's going to be a very beautiful. You have
piece of infrastructure. Yes. So now, also, if you can zoom out a little bit, Aaron, or you can go backward a little bit. Okay, great. That's okay. Let's start with this. Are huge. So we want to show you, if you can come here a little bit on this red portion. This is bridge number 1, and if you go back on that side, that's bridge number 2. But also, there's another vivid design and explanation of these two bridges. If you look here on this map, very good. You can see right there. If you look here on this map and you notice these green lines, as you can see, these green lines, they show you the length of the bridge, how long the first bridge is going to. This is the second one right here. If I can show you, this is the second one, because if you look closely, Aaron, if you come closely right here a little bit, this is the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So that means this bridge will start from up the hill before arriving at the Ellen Johnson Ministerial Complex. If you know around the former Unity Party headquarters, from on top that hill, this is where the bridge itself will actually start from. Maybe from somewhere on the side of the road, you can claim a join from wherever you'll be coming from, and then it will drive further down, past the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and come somewhere here. This is the police station right here. If you look closely, this is the police station right here, and this is where the bridge is going to learn. This is bridge number 2. This is where bridge number 2 is going to learn, right in Congo Town at the police station. So if you go back a little bit, Aaron, go back a little bit and focus down on this one. If you look closely, this is the second bridge The second bridge will obviously start from somewhere around the SD Cooper Road Junction area. If you leave the roundabout at SKD, now the EAWA Junction, SD Cooper Road Junction, this will be the length of bridge number 2. It's going to drive through and come as far as the 72nd Boulevard Junction, and then it will also extend a little further into the 72nd Boulevard Road and go further towards the Ministry of Health, you know, and go behind and go further, drive somewhere closer around, probably around Charles Taylor's house or somewhere around there in Congo Town, and then that's where it's going to land. So these are separate bridges and not just a long path, you know, a long overpass. These are 2 separate overpass bridges that will be constructed in that particular location.
If you study what Anthony was talking about, this portion of the bridge is leaving from here, coming to the 72nd Boulevard Junction, and it will drive in and take you to the entire 72nd route
portion.
That is, if you are leaving the ELWA Junction and wanting to go by the way of the 72nd route, and then there is another one coming from within the 72nd area and coming to join the main route, the Tubman Boulevard route. So
it will just be the division of the lanes. So there's going to be 1 lane for entry, 1 for exit, and all of that. So basically, you can just zoom out a little bit and Aaron come back and show the full design so that those who are watching can see. But basically, folks, these are pictorial designs of what the new overpass construction project will be taking place. So this is taking basically the China Road and Bridge Corporation 2 overpass bridges project on Tubman Boulevard here in the Republic of Liberia. So there's a lot of information packed in this small little banner you're looking at here. Lots of information packed. For those who are engineers, if we can go close, you can see all of the demarcations have been indicated. The figures, you know, the distances each of these bridges will cover have all been indicated. For those of you who also read Chinese well, but basically that's everything that you need to know about the 2 overpass bridges that will be taking place or that will be erected along the Congo Town and the Williamsville Tubman Boulevard area. Aison, you can take it off from here. And
approximately the project will cost a little 41 million coming from the Chinese government. And I recall the feasibility study was completed in October 2018, and the project agreement was signed June 8, 2021, and is to be implemented on the China Railway and Construction Company, and that is expected to kickstart in September of this year. As you listen to the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Jerolimic Matthew Piasu, at about this time we want to show you is there are ongoing works along the Tubman Boulevard route that we want you to see for yourself. For some of you who have been on the Tubman Boulevard route of recent, if you keenly observe the left and right routes on the road, you see that some of the big billboards that were erected along the road have been removed, paving the way now for the September deadline for the groundbreaking ceremony. Obviously, that will begin the construction work of the China Overpass bridges that is expected to be built in Liberia, and this is laudable. So as part of what we do, we bring you updates on projects across the country, and this is one project that we have focused on because there are folks who say, well, the project should have started in February of this year, but then there were other technical issues, the issue of paying people who had their structure in the right of way. Some actually received, and while others were still being looked into. So you cannot start the project without handling some of the issues. But now the D-Day is September for the groundbreaking ceremony of the overpasses that is expected to be built along the Tubman Boulevard route. And there we showed you the pictorial diagram of how the entire project is going to be like. And from here, we will move along the Tubman Boulevard main route to show you some of the works that are actually being carried out, paving the way for the actual work of the China Road and Bridge Corporation 2 Overpass Bridges project along the Tubman Boulevard route. So you will come with us now as we will make our way to the Tubman Boulevard route to show you a lot of work that is actually being carried out. And as you see, the billboards talking about 25 to 50 huge billboards that were actually deconstructed along the route. This is a serious project, and as you see, the engineers or the Chinese counterparts that are about to carry out this project will firstly construct their offices and residential area where they will reside as they move along with the project. So we will now take you on a ride to the Tubman Boulevard where this broadcast will continue.
So basically what we're going to do is to make sure we keep the video alive. We trying to prepare our Starlink, see if we can drive with it from the SKD sports complex where we still are. So I'll walk you through while my colleague continues, or my colleague prepares the internet for us and make sure it's okay, then we can drive on. So those routes that we showed you, or those designs that we showed you, we want to see if we can drive in the same very direction where those projects or those bridges will be erected, so you have a clearer understanding of what we're talking about. So once we get to the SD Cooper Road, we'll talk about it there. We'll show you the videos. Also, it's the same very structure that they have here, the same design they've got here. We have it. We can show you watch it as we drive on, so you have a clearer picture of what we're talking about. So basically from the SD Cooper Road junction towards the SKD Boulevard junction portion, and then you drive up a little bit somewhere in Congo Town. It's going to be one of those bridges that will be erected there, and then you get down on the Tubman Boulevard and drive a low distance past the SATCOM area and go somewhere around the United Path, the former United Path headquarters, and then another bridge will be erected from there, and then you will drive on it will pass before the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. You'll drive somewhere ahead towards the police station somewhere there in Congo Town, and it's going to land another one. Now, the sole purpose of this project is, according to the Ministry of Public Works, is basically to ease traffic congestions at these strategic locations, like they've pointed out. So, I mean, if you drive in Monrovia, you know what I'm talking about, especially during morning hours when everyone is headed for work. These particular locations can obviously be very congested. Also, when folks are returning from work from town, because a lot of the vehicles obviously go to town for work during morning hour. Not much traffic you'll see coming to the Painesville way, but it gets difficult during evening hours when folks are returning from work and coming to Painesville. That's when it even gets tougher. So the Ministry of Public Works, according to them, the construction of these overpasses will obviously help to decongest the traffic in those particular locations. So also between the SKD sports complex portion right here, especially during times for games when the entire stadium is full, everyone wants to come on the field. Vehicles find it difficult to make their way around here, around the SKD sports complex area. So there's going to be some intervention made here at the SKD Sports Complex as per what we saw on the project design. So also to help decongest traffic in this particular location. So let's see if my colleague is done now preparing the styling so we can start driving. We'll drive from SKD, but once we get to the front of SKD, we'll show you basically what they intend doing somewhere here at SKD. There's obviously going to be something also like a roundabout or probably an overpass, where probably people can cross to avoid, interfering with the traffic, or it could be another overpass bridge that could be erected from what we saw. But again, what's actually clear is that this project is in full swing. Construction works will kick off effectively September, according to the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Minister Jeremy Matthew Pia. By September, according to him, groundbreaking will take place, and the first shovel will dig in the soil to kickstart active work on this particular project. So just to refresh your memories and refresh your minds about ongoing works. I mean, for those who have doubts that this project will it's obviously not ongoing, well, there you have it. We showed you vivid explanation or designs of what the projects will look like. I personally did not see the designs, but I just knew it, once I saw the design. Okay, I think we're okay now. We can drive on. So I was basically trying to let you know that those designs were obviously what we thought of when the Ministry of Public Works came up with the idea to construct those bridges. So basically from SD Cooper Road, Boulevard Junction, and it will end. Another one picks up in Congo Town, Ministerial Complex, and it goes beyond. Also, as part of the project, the Congo Town back road will also be, should I say, refurbished, but it will be an additional ramp that will also be added to the project. And also the surface road along the Congo Town, the Tubman Boulevard will also be walked on, as auxiliary paths to help the construction process. So this is a huge project, speaking up to 42 plus million US dollars. It's going to be placing the construction of these two giant-sized bridges that will be along the William V.S. Tubman Boulevard. So, are you on the internet set?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So we can drive on now, folks. We're driving towards the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, and then eventually where the final bridge will land, that's where we'll do our U-turn, and then we can bring this broadcast to a closure. So stick and stay with us. Let all of us have the experience together. Let's drive on. No, you can't in. He sits at the window. I is not coming. Come here, Arizona. Aaron sit at the window. Oh, I still got my food there. Okay, guys, so we're trying to settle down. Great. So we're leaving now the SKD Sports Complex. We're leaving the SKD Sports Complex, and we're now driving towards the SD Cooper Road area. We'll get at since the design shows us the ERWA Junction roundabout, we'll drive at the ERWA Junction roundabout. There is not much going to be done over there as it relates to this bridge project. So right here at the front of the SKD, right before the SKD, we've been told some intervention will be made to help decongest the traffic here at this location. And then from SD Cooper Road, somewhere around SD Cooper Road area, that's where bridge number 1 will kick off or will begin, and then it will roll through the Williamsville, the 72nd Boulevard Junction, go a little further, and then bridge number 2 will start from somewhere in the middle of the Tubman Boulevard in Congo Town up the hill before Old Unity Party headquarters, and then it will drive towards the Ministerial Complex and go a little beyond before it lands. So we're right here at the front of the SKD Sports Complex, and you all know how congested this place can get during game day. The fans, pedestrians, this entire place gets very chaotic and very difficult for for vehicles to access. So we've been told some intervention from what we saw, in fact, on the designs. Yes, ERWA Junction Way. Sorry guys. So we've been told some intervention will be made here at the SKD Sports Complex intersection to help decongest traffic. So now we already here along the Robertsfield route that leads to the ERWA Junction roundabout. So we are driving through towards the ERWA Junction area. But once we get to ERWA Junction, we'll drive further down toward SD Cooper Road, where the actual construction work will start for the overpass bridge. Now, let's talk about the raft pavement. Raft pavement have already been concluded. Everyone who's along the road, who has properties along this route, have been compensated for their projects. And so except for one controversial building that stands somewhere along the ministerial complex. We've been told it belongs to businessman George Kailondo. It appears that building might, I don't know, for the engineers, probably it has not been touched because it might not interfere. You can determine, we don't know purposely, but I want to assume it's obviously in the right of way. But it's one building that is still stands tall at that particular location amongst several buildings that have been, should I say, broken.
But another side to that is, even if the engineer decide to leave that building at that location, obviously the management of the business will deem it necessary to either relocate, because it's going to be almost like impossible for people to access that entire, because you're going to have the road directly in front of the building. So you will not even have a space for car or vehicles to park. So I'm still wondering.
But the base of the building is going to be beneath the bridge, though. Well, I've been to places, I've seen, structures along roundabouts, along crossover bridges and all of that. But obviously it depends on the owner of the property. If the engineer decide to do a little walk around and make sure it doesn't interfere with their project, fine. But it's been some small controversy about the buildings being in the right of way of the project. But enough of that. We're here at the SKD junction, the ERW junction roundabout. Sorry, we just left the SKD. This is another piece of stunning looking road design. For the first time, careful. So for the first time, we're here at the roundabout, and this particular structure or design looks very stunning. You should see drone shots of the ERW junction roundabout when you get here, most times driving from the Rawasville Highway. This is the first beautiful piece of design that welcomes you to Monrovia or to Liberia or Painesville.
And Liberians are always interesting, especially when there are key issues in country. I recall the issue of a roundabout when it was first being discussed as the first roundabout. We saw a photo trending on social media about all roundabouts. Some coming from the pipeline supermarket area and all over.
Yeah, but everyone was claiming to have one.
And this is a very good and laudable initiative. As we speak today, this place is very clean.
Sure.
Owing to the fact that the Painesville City Corporation have deemed it necessary that, well, we're going to mend this entire ERW junction, placing our security at strategic locations.
Yeah.
And today you have a very easy access of vehicles coming from town, coming by the way of AB Trouble Road, coming from the Rouse International Airport Highway, and also from the GSA Road area. But yes.
So yes, we are almost here at the SD Cooper Road junction. So basically right in between here where we are driving, basically before getting to the SD Cooper Road junction where we're driving here, this is where the legs, of bridge number 1 will pick off. Right in between here, they will start digging huge pillows, around here. And basically from that junction, once you branch in, you'll be climbing on the bridge, and those from this direction could decide whether they want to go beneath the bridge or, because they will just curve in from that portion and, and climb up here. So we're here at the SD Cooper Road junction, and as per the designs that we showed you, this is where bridge number 1 is going to, be erected. It's going to start from right here, SD Cooper Road junction, and then it will drive on towards the SKD Boulevard. So basically this is the SD Cooper Road junction at Ayson. That's where we are. So come to think of it, this place is one place that also gets congested when it comes to traffic. Most times when vehicles are coming from town, folks returning from town from work, right between here it gets tough. So I think it makes sense for you to either depart the bridge or climb the bridge from here, you know, and then you can just move on over free flow along the Painsbury area, basically. So this is the route. The bridge is going to fly over this particular surface road that you're looking at. It's not going to be something on the side or somewhere. You know, both legs of the bridge will be on both ends of the road, and it will fly above this road towards the SKD Boulevard Junction area or the 72nd Boulevard Junction area.
And talking about traffic congestion, this is one key area where you have huge flooding.
So
you recall some part of last week we brought you a broadcast from here where the flooding situation here was very terrible, and that is going to help to ease the embarrassment faced by motorists.
So especially when it comes also focus on the structures that are being removed. If you look closely along this route, folks, all of the high tension cables have been removed. All of the billboards, you know, the homes, you know, that are along the route have been removed. The raft pavement have been done. We are already here at the Boulevard Junction, the famous Boulevard Junction. We are already here. So basically almost all of the billboards have been removed from this particular Boulevard Junction. So Aaron, if we can just show the picture here, if you can just access the picture, Aaron, and then you can do it right in the car, but if you look closely, if you can just go close, yes, bring the phone very close around me. Yeah, very good. So this is the SKD Boulevard Junction, and this is what it's going to look like. I mean, once we get here at the Boulevard Junction, the bridge will branch on the right side. You know, it will branch on the right side, and it will descend. It will descend here on the right side at SKD Boulevard Junction. And then if you're coming from town, it will also descend here at SKD Boulevard Junction. So basically, once it descends, you know, it goes in that direction facing the 72nd area. Yeah, definitely. It will go in that 72nd area direction. Then it will continue from here and start driving on, passing the Ministry of Health area, you know, driving, let's talk about a little bit. Yeah, this is okay. Driving towards the Ministry of Health area. So if you look on the side of the road, kind of show the structures that are being removed here. Let those following see. This place is actually cleared compared to what it used to look like before the demolition took place. They've demolished a lot of the structures that were along the road. So we're right here at the Ministry of Health, and climbing this hill somewhere ahead of us a little bit is where the bridge will descend. Once it leaves the SZ Cooper Road, and you know, do the thing at the SKD Boulevard Junction, and it will drive on, climbing this hill somewhere before getting to Paco Island Junction, if you know Paco Island, and then it will descend somewhere right around there. So probably curving from the side, you know, you can descend and then get back on the Tubman Boulevard. And if you're on your way from town and you get somewhere around here, you can also climb on the bridge and drive straightly towards the SZ Cooper Road Junction, where you will get down to get back on the boulevard, or branch towards the SZ Cooper Road Junction on your far right.
And talking about demolition exercise, which actually affected properties along this route, it began October of last year, 2024, where we saw clearing of spaces from the ELWA junction to the SKD to the Musu Sport area, and that actually started the entire physical look of how and where the overpass going to affect. So here is just right after the White Flower, the home of the former president Charles Taylor, and as you can see, this route, for those of us who saw it a few months back, you have huge billboards erected along this route, but as we speak, some of them have been removed.
Yeah, so Jerry, right here at this orange compound, you have to slow down a little bit for us, or probably park. But let's go ahead, sir, find somewhere reasonable and park. But inside, no, just go past this place a little bit. Past this place a little bit, somewhere in between here, the construction of the additional, you know, units for the engineers is taking place. Yes, just back, Aaron. Let's probably just get down. We can just show the camera through the fence. You don't necessarily have to go in there. But if you look through the fence, just get down and just zoom in a little bit, a few times. Yes, just zoom in from outside through the fence. Let me, It's okay, it's raining. Aaron.
That's all. You don't need that better?
It's okay, so we cannot independently verify that also. So, but we're being told also this is one of the residents where the engineers will be residing, probably somewhere here in Congo Town. Basically materials for one of the construction companies or one of the affiliate entities. This could be, correct me if I'm wrong, or correct us if we're wrong. But basically we are being told that there are 2 residents that the engineers will have. There's going to be one here in Congo Town. There's also going to be another one at the SKD Sports Complex where we were earlier and we were showing you. So as we drive on, I keep observing and notice that the roads are being cleared, structures are being demolished, high tension cables are being rerouted. Somewhere around the Mususpat area, we are being told that's where the official groundbreaking ceremony will take place. So somewhere around there, all the high tension cables have been rerouted. Also, Aizon, there is the low road somewhere along the Peace Island area. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that road leads to the old road. It's a back road that is being used. That the Ministry of Public Works is making sure they work on that road so that folks can start using that road while the construction of the Overpass bridge, kick off. So we're almost at the old Unity Party headquarters. So we're going to drive on. Once we get there, we'll show you. But basically, right over there, the construction of the second bridge, will begin. Right beneath the hill somewhere here. If you saw the designs of what we were showing you, maybe you can flash the design again so the folks can see where the second. Yes, just bring the phone in. Let's show you the picture. Just go way to the end there. Yeah, somewhere here. So we're right here at the old Unity Party headquarters, and this is where this construction of the second bridge will take place. From somewhere up above this hill, this is where the construction of the second bridge will take place. And so if you look closely, there you see the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So from right above this hill, this is where the second bridge will kick off. If you look closely, we are at the old Unity Party headquarters, somewhere on the right hand side there. So beginning from here, just show the camera at the old Unity Party headquarters, let the folks know what we're talking about. So basically right here, let's drive, Jerry. Right here is where, yes, okay, great, come back. Right here is where the construction of the second bridge is going to start. So as we drive on, if you can now focus from above here, you'll start noticing the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. Just use the side instead. The Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex is just right there, and the bridge will fly right before this building. Come to think of it, this particular EJS Ministerial Complex is also a Chinese-sponsored project that was constructed during the administration of former President Sirleaf. This is one of a very key piece of infrastructure in Liberia. I mean, this building is hosting several government ministries and agencies, and it's also one of the most used area. It has a theater in there for government events. Just the other day, the National Peace and Reconciliation event was held right in this building. So and this bridge will cross past the front of this building and go beyond.
For many reasons why you want to believe or agree with me why this project is necessary, this is a typical example. As you can already see, the traffic is 10 minutes to 5 o'clock. You already have a very huge traffic ahead of us. So once you have the construction or erection of the overpass bridge here, and this is going to help ease the tension or the traffic congestion on the Tubman Boulevard main route, making it very accessible for other pedestrians to have an option. In the case where you have an option in terms of the kind of route you plan, it is very necessary for motorists to either choose what they want to go above or beneath. But as we speak, we only have one main route. This is the Tubman Boulevard route. Whenever you have the traffic here, it's only at the discretion of the police officers that they sometimes find a way out. So with the coming in of the overpass bridges, it's going to help a lot.
Sure. Passing before the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex, somewhere here at the Peace Island or 540 Junction, as it's famously called. The Overpass Bridge will just drive or fly right before this building. Go beyond.
It's also
past
necessary.
the Musu Spot area. Go towards the should be zone 5 or 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the police station right here in Congo Town.
It's also necessary to
zone 3 precisely.
to
Yes.
inform our viewer followers that the construction mobilization by the China Rail and Bridge Corporation, a subsidiary of China Communication Construction Company, actually it was planned for February of 2025 this year.
Sure.
That the project was expected to kickstart.
I remember when concerns were being raised and the Minister of Public Works was being asked. He made it clear at the time that effective February, works would have kicked off, but times passed, but again we're looking at September as another deadline. So this is the controversial building I've been talking about, belonging to businessman George Kailondo.
The Kalando Plaza.
Yeah, sure. So, but again, come to think of it, Ayezan, the high tension cable that was right before, or right on the road was rerouted, or let me say, was rerouted a few feet away, few meters away from the road. But if you also look at the distance, they've taken it away from the road. It's the same distance the Kailondo building has away from the road. So, are we stopping?
Get off the road, it is back.
Are we stopping?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
so, talking about the delays that were actually reported in March 2025, with no visible progress on the ground as of May 2025, Public Works Minister Roden Giddens confirmed that construction work would have begun in the next dry season around November of 2025, and this is why you are hearing about the groundbreaking ceremony of this project that will actually
So Aaron, if you can just come a little closer to me. If you look closely right here at this particular spot, this is where this particular high tension cable tower you're looking at used to be. Just right here, Aaron, right here. This particular tower you're looking at used to be right in this location. It should be right in this location, but it has to be rerouted a little further from the road. So just to give chance to the construction of the project, this is where it has been brought from where it used to be. It has now been brought here at this location. If you walk a little further, if you look ahead, and Aaron, if you can just zoom in a little bit, or if you can, but there's the road somewhere ahead of us there. No, we can't go that further, but that road is going to be used as the detour for the construction as the project continues. So basically, this is where we are. As you can see, this is one of the compounds where materials and equipment will be kept, somewhere right here along the road. As you can see, the trucks are all parked up here, and basically the works will continue. But the bridge will not stop here. Nothing much will take place here. Basically, just the legs will just walk through, because the bridge goes beyond as far as the police station. So basically, this is just a rerouting of the cable. That's just not much happening here in this location. So should we go? We wrap up here? Oh, I thought we were going further. So come bro, let's wrap up quickly. Just put that on the mic. Let's wrap up quickly. Let's share the umbrella. A little further. Keep following us. Thanks for watching. But we're here at the Musu Spot area. So the famous Musu spot, if you know, this is where the groundbreaking ceremony will take place. We are being told somewhere right here at the Musu spot area. But hold it then. Great. So let's just walk closer to the Musu spot area so we can show you. But basically, this is where the groundbreaking ceremony will take place. Just the other day, we broke ground for the project to reroute the cables. If you look at this one, it used to be somewhere here in this location, but they've changed the location. They've pushed it back a little bit. We also still have the Liptelco fiber optic cables running in this direction. Also, all of these cables will have to be rerouted for the sake of the construction of this project. So Aaron, here is fine. Here is fine. We can just wrap things up right here. I just want to just do a little summary of project details and all of that, and then for those who have been watching us, we can say thanks for watching to them and bring this video to an end. It's raining already.
It's raining, certainly. Yes. So the China True Economic, you want to help me with mine?
Yeah, I want to hold this for you.
Yeah, so China True Economic and Technical Cooperation Agreement initially signed September 1, 2018, with letters exchanged September 9, 2019, agreed to form the construction of 2 overpass bridges along the Tubman Boulevard route, and the goal is to ease chronic congestion of key traffic area in Monrovia and intersection including around the SKD Sports Stadium and the Ministerial Complex in the Congotown area.
So basically, some of the components of this project will basically be the West Overpass, which is the Congotown back road along the Tubman Boulevard. It will also have the main lane reconstruction, which is this particular Tubman Boulevard. It will be retouched or reconstructed. It's like 1,140 meters distance. Also, there will be auxiliary roads of 480 meters length that will be touched, plus additional ramps of 950 meters. And also the second overpass that should be around 287 meters, something like that. Then we will also have the East Overpass near the Ministerial Complex, which is this one right here at the Ellen Johnson Selig Ministerial Complex. So there are a lot of components that are packed in this particular overpass project.
And the overall cost of this project is approximately USD 41 million from the Chinese government.
So folks, for those of you who have been watching us, we'd like to say thanks for watching. Earlier we were at the SKD Sports Complex showing you the residents of the engineers who will undertake this project. The resident site is already fast completing, under construction. Will be completed very soon. They are laying ties, they are putting office equipment already, but the structures are already up. We're talking 4 additional structures hosting up to 21 plus rooms, additional conference rooms and offices for the engineers that will carry out the construction of these overpasses. Somewhere around the Musu spot area beyond towards the Zone 3 police station is where the final bridge will land. So basically this is where we are, and we thought to just refresh your minds on this project, to also let you know that the project is actually alive and it will actually come to fruition from what we're seeing. So wherever you've been watching from, we'd like to say thanks for watching. My name is Anthony Williams and this is my colleague Aison Yeba right here.
And so thanks to Aaron Talu, who has been behind camera, making sure that you receive and see all of the shots that were actually coming your way. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Council.
And it's goodbye from the Musu Spot area. This is the famous area about back in the days.
All right, thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye. Anthony Williams, Aison Yeba, Aaron Talu, Deep Flomo, Jerry Stewart made up the team that brought you this broadcast. Bye-bye for now, guys. It's raining cats and dog in Congotown. We don't know where you're watching from, but be safe wherever you are. Bye-bye. Scary.